Good morning, Dr. Marmelo. Good morning, classmate. So my topic is web services, service-oriented architectures, and mobile computing. So the first one, the web services. So web services are a set of technologies and rules that enable two or more components on the web to communicate to each other. So what are these components? So anything that exists in the web or anything that operates on the web is a component like web server, web browser. Basically, any web program is a component. So web services include any software, application, or cloud technology that provide standardized web protocols, HTTP or HTTPS, to enter, operate, communicate, and exchange data messaging, usually XML or extensive markup language throughout the internet. So web services are XML centered data exchange system that use the internet for A2A or application to application communication and interfacing. This process involve programs, messages, documents, and or objects. So a web service supports communications among numerous apps with HTML, XML, WSDL, SOAP, and other open standards. So XML for tags, the data, SOAP for transfer the message, and WSDL for describe the service's accessibility. I want to give some example to also define web services. So for example, I want to visit the www.plmon.edu.ph by the use of web browser like Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, or Mozilla Firefox. My request will be sent to a web server or hosting domain through web protocols. Then the web server will reply on what I am trying to request or visit and will display all the programs also comes from the web server. So these programs built by tags or set of codes to define its functions. For example, if you click university profile, it will direct you to the university profile page. So without these web services, we can't operate online. So the next one is the service-oriented architecture. So service-oriented architecture is a software development model that allows services to communicate across different platforms and languages to form applications. In SOA, a service is a self-contained unit of software design to complete a specific task. So service-oriented architecture allows various services to communicate using a loose coupling system to either pass data or coordinate an activity. So over the past few decades, a new system architecture's paradigm has emerged within IT called service-oriented architecture. So it is a response to build software adapted to distributed and heterogeneous environments that the internet has made more prevalent, and is an architecture's paradigm that fits the designs of complex system well. So in service-oriented architecture is an approach for distributed system architectures that employ loosely coupled services, standard interface, and protocols to deliver seamless cross-platform integration. So it is used to integrate widely divergent components by providing them with the common interface and a set of protocols for them to communicate through what is called a service bus. So because SOA originally comes from software development. So like for example in IT, so let's say I want to build new web applications that allows people to pay their parking tickets online. So we know that it can take times or years in developing subsystem like subsystem that function as a street map, and then other subsystem for dealing with the payment, and other for login, user authentications, and so on. So, or I could simply avail Google service, Google Map service for street map, or a payment gateway services from any banks, or I can use Gcash, no? And a user login services from Facebook or Google. So my job then would be to integrate these delivered services by creating some common process that guide the user through the use of these delivered services. So to deliver the desired functionality, instead building a system that was based around all my different internal components within my well-bounded piece of software, my new applications would instead be built with an architecture that is oriented around services. Sorry. I think that. Asan na ako? So my new applications would be built with an architecture that is oriented around services. So this is an example of service-oriented architecture. So in mobile computing is a technology that allows transmissions of data, voice and video via computer or any other wireless-enabled device without having to be connected to a fixed physical link. So it means that we can transfer data or communicate with other devices, or we can access online applications anytime and anywhere using wireless devices such as cell phones, laptops, iPad, or tablet. So we don't need to browse or to use web services with a computer that connected to a switch or a hub. So there are three main concepts involved in mobile computing. So we have mobile communication, mobile hardware, and mobile software. So in mobile communication, the mobile communication refers to the infrastructures put in place to ensure that seamless and reliable communicating goes on. So this would include devices such as protocols, services, bandwidth, and portals necessary to facilitate and support the stated services. So the data format is also defined at this stage. This ensures that there is no collisions with other existing systems which offer the same service. So in these definitions of mobile computing, in order to connect our devices, which with each other, we need some infrastructures or equipment like cell sites, satellite, Wi-Fi modem, or pocket Wi-Fi, powered by GSM like smart or globe SIM cards. So this equipment transmits signals or radio wave. The signal or radio wave are carried over the air to intended devices that are capable of receiving and sending similar kinds of signal. So the second one is the mobile hardware. So mobile hardware includes mobile devices or device components that receive or access the service of mobility. So they would range from portable laptops, smartphones, tablet PCs, personal digital assistant. These devices will have a receptor and medium that is capable of sensing and receiving signals. So these devices are configured to operate in full duplex, whereby they are capable of sending and receiving signals at the same time. So these are the hardware that can communicate online to access data or to operate online. So in mobile software is the actual program that runs on the mobile hardware. So it deals with the characteristics and requirements of mobile applications. This is the engine of the mobile device. In other terms, it is the operating system of the appliance. It's the essential component that operates the mobile device. Like in our phones, we have operating system like BlackBerry, Symbian OS, Windows Mobile, iOS, and Android for the mobile hardware to functions. So since portability is the main factor of mobile computing, this type of computing ensures that users are not tied or pinned to a single physical locations, but are able to operate from anywhere. It incorporates all aspects of wireless communications. That's all sir, for my presentation, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir.